What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel. And today we're going to be bringing you a comparison review video between two cars. 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland 4x4 and compared to the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited package. And we're going to be talking about the exterior, interior, and some specs about these exact cars. But before we do, guys, if you guys do like our content, please like our video, subscribe to our channel because it really helps us out. Also, stay tuned because we're going to drop the MSRP stickers with the exact packages and price tags on both of these cars. If you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us so we can talk details later. And a special shout out to AutoNation Jeep and Ram for providing us these both cars for this review. Now let's go ahead and talk Jeep. So let's kick off this review of talking some specs about both of these cars. Now, the engines themselves are both the same. 3.6 liter V6 24 valve engines. Now, they both come 290 horsepower with 257 feet-pounds of torque. But of course, the MPG is going to be slightly different. Now, on the L model, the one that you're looking at right now itself, is going to be 1 mile less on the MPG from 18 city, 25 highway to 21 combined, compared to the Overland, which is 1 extra mile, 19 city, 26 highway, and a 22 combined, everybody. They both come with the 8-speed automatic transmission, 4x4. Now, the suspensions themselves, on the Overland, you have the quad 2 air ride suspension, which does come optional to increase the height or ground clearance on the Overland to where the L does not come with that air ride suspension. Now, let's go ahead and shut the hoods and talk front end differences. Now, starting off with the Overland itself, up here you get the same idea, the same look, that same Jeep Grand Cherokee look with a slight difference in that top eyebrow where this kind of comes in with that white, and this is that kind of amber yellow or soft yellow look. But one thing I want to mention is tow hooks. Tow hooks is different on the Overland, giving you more of that off-road experience. Those recovery hooks in the front. Over to the front on the L Limited, you do not get that, which that does create a difference in that grille itself. So we get a slight difference in that grille, also with that honeycomb shape integrated. Bumper sensors integrated into the Overland to where you do not have bumper sensors in the L Limited. Now, everybody, I'm stipulating just on both of these two cars, but you do have the option to add different tech options on both of these cars. Remember that, take that in consideration, because you know, honestly, you got the pocketbook for it. You can add whatever you want. Now, continuing forward, you have the fog light differences right here with the bezels, the fog light area. Difference on the fog light to where this is kind of long and rectangular. This is just kind of small little bubble look. And the bezel itself is a little bit different with different shape and different design in that. Continuing over to the side, parking markers, wheel well trims. This is the same color as the car itself, which gives it a nice, classier, richer look. I would say I am a fan of the same paint or the same color on the wheel well trims to compare to the L Limited, where the white and the matte black plastic. Now, this plastic is very durable and does take a beating, so it will last long throughout the years. Right under that, you get the both in 20-inch rims, but remember, different trim levels or different packages are going to show you different rims. 20 inches, these are the 5 spokes, and then these are 20 inches with the multi, which is dual 5 spokes, making it like 10, whatever you want to call it. Both are kind of a gunmetal gray on the interior side with the machine surface silver. Remember, on the Overland, you get the air ride suspension, the quad 2 air ride suspension, which you can increase the height, giving you about a 10.9-inch ground clearance, and you can also drop it if you are not like off-roading and things of that sort, to where the L Limited just sticks to one height. Continuing forward, both side mirrors do come with the blind spot assist. Now, they do come heated, but remember, depending on the packages you guys get will depend if these side mirrors and things of that sort are fully electrical and they are foldable. Integrated lighting with black gloss accents. And everybody, remember, if you get the 360 camera or the all-around camera system, they're not integrated here, but you have the option to add. Continuing forward, Jeep Grand Cherokee 3D with the American flag. Gotta love America. Keyless fob entry. On the Overland, you get the dual color with the chrome and the black on the handles. Now, coming over to the back, one thing I want to show you guys that this is over 15 inches longer. So the L Limited is going to be 15 inches longer than the regular Overland, which that gives us a difference right here. You're going to see a difference in the curvature or the angles of the trims and things of that sort compared to the Overland. Okay, this is going to be more of a shorter body look to where this is more of a longer. You're using this for the space, for the kids, things of that sort, putting more things in them. Now, one thing I want to show you guys, the trims are a little bit different. The angles, the size to the body panel, also the spoilers. The spoilers themselves, you have a smaller spoiler coming down here to where this is kind of more of a 3D pop out spoiler. Up top, kind of same look, yet slightly different. Over to the back, the tailgates are slightly different. Take a look at the tailgate. The L will have more of a simplistic look on that tailgate, to where here in the middle, you have the Overland, kind of gives you more of a sportier off-road look here. Dropping down over to the bumper covers, bumper sensors integrated into both bumper covers, but the trims here in the center of the bumper covers are going to be different. Check this out. From this little grill over to this chrome trim, chrome trim does not come as far out as that one does. So take that into consideration, and different look on that little bezel or that little trim piece integrated into that bumper cover. Now, right under that, of course, you have just a simplified matte black plastic that comes in from the front over to the back. Very durable. You can tow with this car, but you do not see the exhaust, to where here on the Overland, you get the dual tip exhaust, very nice and big, giving it that sporty off-road look, and it's the same color as the car, giving it more of a high-class, rich feel. Let's go ahead and pop these tailgates. Now, guys, you have the option to adding hands-free tailgates. Remember that, take that into consideration, depending how much you want to spend on that price tag. Very convenient if your hands are full and things of that sort. You got groceries or kids in your hands. We're gonna go ahead and pop open, lock the car. There you go. And here you go. So remember, because you got 15 extra inches on the long, you are going to have that third row seating. We're going to drop that down, giving you guys an idea of how it looks. All right, this is the L, and you get that extra, but when you pick up those third row seats, you have a small little trunk space. Take that into consideration, with some more personal belonging space down here. Now, of course, you got some hooks for grocery. You know, you guys want to hook your groceries up or bungee something down, you have those hooks there. Also with a 12-volt DC charging inlet here in the back. Now, guys, on over to the Overland, same idea. Now, looking at this Alpine system, remember, you get a 9-speaker premium sound system in this car. You can upgrade to the Macintosh. If you guys do look at our other video of the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe, you will see the Macintosh sound system. That is a higher class than the Alpine sound system. Of course, you get the DC outlet plug-in hooks and things of that sort for bungeeing down. And here you don't really have much personal space, just to the right and the left, but your tire space on the Overland. Now, guys, we're pretty much done. Typically, you would have your buttons here on the tailgates for a lot of manufacturers, but not for Jeep Grand Cherokee. You have the button here on the driver's side. You would just press that and it would shut those tailgates. Both have LED lighting on the interior side of these cars, which is very nice because you don't have that soft yellow look. But now that we're done talking about the exterior and some trunk space on both of these cars, let's go ahead and talk interiors. All right, so now into the inside interior of the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited. Now I'm sitting inside the L Limited. Now, right off the bat, everybody, what do we see different on the L Limited that we're going to be seeing different to the Overland? Sunroof. No sunroof on the L Limited. Okay. Now we come to the center console. Because this does not have that adjustable air ride Quadra 2 air suspension, you don't have that little switch here to increase or decrease your ground clearance height. So take that into consideration. We're going to be seeing little differences like such black gloss trim on the steering wheel, on the door panel. You might have foldable mirrors here, but here on the left-hand side of the steering column, pretty much the same, okay? Up front, heads-up display, pre-crash warnings will be different also. Now, we don't have it on this Overland, but we did an Overland 4xe video that had the fully loaded package and came with heads-up display with front pre-crash warning. Remember that, take that into consideration. Over to the infotainment screen, pretty much the same stuff here. You have the same idea, black gloss, infotainment screen, split screens, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Alexa built in. You can, manage through your navigation, your comfort, things of that sort. If you guys want a more in-depth review of the L Limited, check out our review of an L Limited video. Now, you can control your temperature and things of that sort by touch-sensitive infotainment screen, but also here manually by the manual button control unit right under the infotainment screen. Now, something else that's also different from the Overland over to the L Limited is that you don't have ventilated seats, okay? This L Limited doesn't come with the ventilated seats to where the Overland comes with the ventilated seats. They both have heated seats and also heated steering wheel. Continuing forward, we're going to pop this open. Pretty much the same thing for both cars, the Overland and the L Limited. USB-C, USB-A plugins with the 12-volt DC, but you do not have the wireless charging pad on both. So these two exact cars do not have the wireless charging pad, but remember, you have the option of adding a wireless charging pad. On the left-hand side of the toggle switch, same idea, going through your settings, sand, mud, snow, auto, sport on both cars, cup holders, and a dual level cubby room center console for your personal belongings on both cars. Also, something that you will see different is the leather on both. This is more of a simplistic, simple look, no perforated leather, black, same type of stitching look, but on the Overland, you will have a different look. Now, my personal preference would be the perforated leather because it just gives it more of a rich, high-class feel inside the cars. Also, on your speaker system, remember we were talking about the Overland having the Alpine premium sound speaker system. You also have the option of getting the Macintosh speaker system. Now you can go ahead and check out a review of the 4xe and you'll see that Macintosh premium sound speaker system. But on this exact car, you have just a basic speaker system integrated into the L Limited. That's also something that you will take different. Now that we're pretty much done with the most noticeable differences, let's go ahead and talk second and third row seating on this L Limited. So now inside the L Limited package on the Grand Cherokee, of course, noticeable difference. You get the two captain seats with the aisleway in the middle of them to reach those two extra seats in the back, everybody. Now, because it's 15 inches longer, remember that is different on the back, different panels, things of that sort, smaller trunk space when those seats are up. Remember that, take that into consideration. You can control these seats by the levers on the right and the left of these seats. All right, drop that down, okay. You could also lift this seat up, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that. And sitting inside the car itself, what do we see in front of us? Now, I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. Legroom is clear. Head clearance, very clear on that. Pocket space on the two front seats. And right between the two front seats, what do we see on the center console? It is a tri-zone climate control. Now, on the L Limited itself, you get this tri-zone climate control. But compared to the Overland that we're doing in this video, you do not have the tri-zone climate control. It is just simple back here. Here you can control your climate, the flow of your vents, heated seats on the second row, on the L Limited and also the Overland. So you get heated seats on both cars. Under that, USB-C with USB-A plugins and a 115 volt AC 150 watt inverter. If you want to maybe take it camping, bring your air fryer, I don't know, plug in some stuff. Cup holders, slightly different with the aisleway. Now, I'm going to drop this seat for the video so you guys can kind of get an idea of the back seating. Now, of course, this is different from the L Limited over to the Overland. Head clearance, pretty good. I'm slightly touching this kind of backdrop, of course. You would be probably not putting your tallest people in the back row. Put your kids, put your shorter people in the back row. Leg clearance, depending on who's in front of you, you will have pretty good leg clearance for a third row in a car. You also have the possibility of picking up or bunny hopping the seat by this lever here on the left. Now, you don't have these things in the Overland because it's not a third row seat car. On the left and the right hand side, you have USB-C and USB-A plugins with your cup holders and your vents for your flow, for the airflow. Up top, LED lighting, and pretty much done with the third row seating. I'm gonna go into the Overland and show you guys some comparisons from the L Limited to the Overland backseat. So now sitting in the interior side of the Overland Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now guys, remember I said straight to the point, what do we see different? Starting with the door panel, what you get different is the black gloss trim pieces, inlays around the car, but also on the door panel. You also have that automatic foldable button here for that side mirror. Coming over, you have the Alpine premium sound speaker system. Over to the steering wheel. Now the steering wheel does have that black gloss, like I was telling you, but pretty much straight to the point. All right, differences. Manual steering column on the L Limited, automatic or electric controlled steering column on the Overland, okay? Coming over to the center console, what do we get that's different? Pretty much the same look on the screen, all right, split screen. Now we're in dark mode. We can increase the lighting. Up top, same idea. Coming down, you have the ventilated seat buttons. That is different from the L Limited over to the Overland, okay? The Overland comes with the front ventilated seats. Right under that manual button control unit for your temperature, you get the same idea and the same look here. But over near the toggle switch, okay, what do we see that's different? We see you get one extra setting, okay? When you want to go from like auto, sport, snow, sand, mud, you get that extra rock setting. And over to the right hand side, like I was telling you guys about that adjustable air ride suspension, you have that button here with the hill decline assist and to drop it in neutral when needed. No wireless charging pad in both. Cup holders still the same. Same idea on that dual level cubby room. Up top, remember I was telling you guys no sunroof in the L Limited. But there is a sunroof over to the second row seating in the Overland, and it is a tilt slide option on that. Very nice that both rows get the potential feeling of being outside and looking and being connected with the sky. Over to the seats, perforated leather with the Overland integrated into the back rest, everybody. Remember that you will see different seating in different trim levels, okay? So guys, we're pretty much done with the comparison of the front of the Overland. Let's go ahead and talk second row seating in the Overland. Now onto the interior back side of the Overland, and what do we see different right off the bat is of course the second row seating. No captain chairs, but you get the bench. Same look coming in over from the front over to the back in that perforated leather. But guys, of course, this is going to be different. Be able to drop that 60% and that 40%. And you can also change the angle of that backrest, all right? Up above the bench, you have that glass that comes over to the second row. Let's go ahead and jump inside the car. Now I'm about 6 feet 2 inches right under. My hair is touching the top ceiling, but if you go ahead and drop the angle, you get more clearance, of course, because you're dropping the angle to the backrest. Legroom, a lot of clearance on the legroom. Pocket space still looks the same. On the back of the center console, You don't have that climate control. Remember, this does not come tri-zone climate control. But if you do go to our other video and watch the 4XE video that we did on the Overland, you get a quad climate control unit here that you can control. Each person gets their own climate. Under that, USB-C, USB-A plugins with your heated seats in the back here also, and the same on that inverter. Door panel pretty much looks the same, but the speaker system and the black gloss trim that you see on the Overland over to the L Limited. Now guys, as promised, we're going to drop the MSRP stickers. So the MSRP sticker to the L Limited, and then the MSRP sticker over to the Overland for the exact packages and price tags on these exact cars. But thank you so much. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave in the comment section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. And also keep watching. We got cool things coming.